Well, once again, it's a great privilege to be here with you tonight.
再次很高兴能够今晚跟大家在一起。
And tonight we're going to begin to study the person of God.
今晚我们要开始考察神的位格。
The last time that I was here, we talked about how important that is.
我们上次讲到要认识神是何等的重要。
Now think about it for just a moment.
好，我们稍微考虑一下，想一想，
What is Christianity?
基督教是什么？
It is about God.
基督教就是关乎神的。
There's no more important theme than God.
没有任何事物比上帝更重要。
So what should be the thing we most study in Christianity?
所以在基督教里头，我们应该学习的最要较紧的重点是什么呢？
Who is God?
就是神是谁。
But now think about the way churches are run today.
你想想，今天教会是怎么样子操作的呢？
Very rarely are there teachings on who is God.
很少我们会教导神是谁。
We are a very pragmatic people.
我们是一个非常脚踏实地的人类啊。
We want to know what to do.
我们要知道该怎么做，怎么办。
Tell us how to do the Christian life.
告诉我们怎么样子操作基督徒的生活。
Tell me how to make my life better.
告诉我怎么样能够改善我的生活。
And some of those things are important.
当然，这些事也是挺重要的。
But apart from a true knowledge of God,
但是如果没有真正认识神的话，
you cannot believe.
你就不能信了，
And you most certainly cannot live the Christian life.
你也不能够过基督徒的生活了。
Now we're going to begin with the doctrine of the oneness of God.
首先我们讲到神只有一位。
And you're going to see that it's more than just a doctrine.
你要知道，这不仅仅是一个教义理论而
It's
已，
something that will greatly impact our life.
这乃是对我们生命是有很大的关联的。
Now I'll be reading some from my notes
我要从我的讲义读一些
because I
东西
I want to be very specific.
因为我要讲到位，讲到点子上。
Let's start off with God is one.
首先我们要看神是一位，只有一位。
It is the testimony of the scriptures that there is only one God.
这是整本圣经的见证，只有一位真神。
Now, if you look at history as a whole,
如果你综览人类的历史，
you realize that that is a very radical thought.
你会认识到这是一个非常的跟与众不同的一个概念。
There are many cultures throughout history that had hundreds and thousands of gods.
世上有很多文化，这些文化里头有成千上万的所谓的神啊、鬼啊，一大堆的。
For example, even today,
譬如，甚至今天，
if we went to India,
你到印度去，
we wouldn't find hundreds of gods, we would find thousands of
我们
gods.
会发现，不仅是上百的神啊，那是上千上万的神。
Now that presents a great problem, doesn't it?
这就给我们一大问题，对不对？
You have 1,000 gods
你有上千的神，
with 1,000 different kinds of rules.
还有成千上万的规条、清规戒律，
There's no unity.
而且没有合一性，
There's nothing holding humanity together.
没有任何东西使人类只有一个能够有一个概念的。
But we even have that in America.
甚至美国也是如此。
Maybe in America they're not worshiping monkeys and cows,
也许在美国没有敬拜猴子，也没有敬拜牛啊，
but they're worshiping money,
但是美国人拜金啊，拜金钱，
cars,
拜车子，
fine homes,
还有房子，
a lifestyle,
还有美好的生活，
comfort,
舒适的环境，
pleasure.
为了宴乐。
Now just think about this for a moment.
你就考虑一下啊，
If I worship a God of pleasure,
如果我敬拜那个宴乐的神，
I'm going to live for pleasure.
我就会为宴乐而活。
If I worship a God of money,
如果我为金钱，拜金钱，
I'm going to do everything based on my desire for money.
那我做的一切事情都是围着金钱在转。
So the God you have truly affects your life.
所以你所敬拜的神会影响你整个生活的方式。
It will determine everything about you.
你所敬拜的神也会决定你做的一切的事情。
Now, this is one of the reasons why Christianity is often very persecuted.
为这个缘故，所以基督教往往遭到逼迫。
Just think about, for example, Babylon.
譬如想想巴比伦啊，
or the Roman Empire.
或者罗马帝国，
They had all kinds of gods,
他们有许多的神明，
hundreds of gods,
成百的神明，
thousands of
甚
gods,
至上千的，
and everyone's happy.
每个人都很快乐。
And then enters the Jew,
突然犹太人来了，
and he ruins everybody's party.
犹太人一来就把每个人的美梦都打破了。
He says, all your gods are false
因
gods.
为犹太人说，所有你们的神都是假神，
There's only one true God,
只有一位真神。
and he has revealed himself through the law.
这位真神借着律法把自己向我们启示了。
Do you see how that would make everyone very angry?
你看到没有？这样一来，很多人都会生气了。
We see the same thing today, don't we?
今天也是同样的情况，对不对？
If I talk about God in general terms,
如果我就泛的讲论上帝、神啊、鬼啊，
I have a very wide definition of God,
我就一个很广义的上帝的定义，
then everyone will be happy with me.
那么人人都没问题，不会讨厌我。
But if I talk very specifically about God
但如果我讲到位，讲到神，
and talk very specifically about His will,
讲到神的旨意就是如此，
then that will make other people very
那
angry.
别人听到就会不高兴了。
Do you see that?
你看到没有？
Even in evangelicalism today,
甚至在今天的福音派圈子里，
there are many people that have many different views of God, even within evangelicalism.
甚至在福音派圈子里头，也有许多人对上帝有不同的概念、不同的看法。
Why is that?
为什么会如此呢？
Because they don't study the Bible.
因为他们不研读圣经啊，
And they make a God conform to what they want.
他们就使他们所创造的神照着自己的意思想出一个神来，
And they live a different way.
他们就照着自己的意思生活。
But when you look at the one true God of the Bible
但是当你看到这圣经里唯一的真神的时
and
候
you，study His scriptures,
你又研读圣经的时候，
many things become very defined.
很多事情就变得非常怎么讲
Very clear.
非常清楚了。对，
Let me give you another example.
让我给你另外一个例子啊，
In America,
在美国，
most of the politicians say they believe in God.
大多数的政治家都说他们信上帝，对不对？
They say that because a lot of them probably believe that,
因为的确啊，大多数政治家的确都信上帝嘛。
but a lot of them know that it's going to be very difficult to get elected unless you say you believe in God.
而且他们知道，如果你不说自己信上帝，也许你就不能够被选上。
But even though they say they believe in God,
尽管他们说他们信神，
they never define who that God is.
但他们不会清楚的告诉你，到底他们所信的上帝是谁。
And they never define His will,
他们也不会告诉你神的旨意是什么，
because that's when you start having problems.
因为你这样子一来就会碰到问题了。
But the Bible tells us there's one true God.
但圣经告诉我们，只有一位真神，
He is specific,
他是非常到位的，
and He has a specific will.
而且他有个清楚的旨意显明出来，
And we must make a decision.
所以我们必须做个抉择，
How are we going to live?
我们当如何生活？
Are you going to live talking about God in general terms?
你难道就是这样泛的有个上帝这样生活吗？
Or are you going to study the scriptures
或者你要好好读圣经，
and discover who God truly is?
然后明白到底神是什么样一位神，
And discover what He's really commanded of us.
而且明白他对我们的旨意、对我们的要求是什么，
This is very important.
这是非常重要的。
Now let me say one other thing before we get to our study.
我们还没有进入主题之前，我再说一句话啊。
Many scientists have said
很多科学家都说，
that primitive man
野蛮的人、原始人
began as an animist.
起初呢就是什么都敬拜的，什么都拜很多神的。
And his religion sort of evolved
然后他的宗教呢，慢慢在进化当中，
from animism
从泛神论什么都敬拜，
to polytheism
然后到多神论，
And then finally to monotheism,
最后进化到敬拜独一神论，
the belief in one God.
就是敬拜一个神。
But that's the opposite of what Romans says.
但是这跟圣经罗马书却恰恰相反。
Romans said that man began believing in monotheism,
罗马书告诉我们，人一开始是相信独一真神的，
believing in the one true
那
God.
独一的真神。
But because they did not acknowledge God,
但是因为人类不肯承认神，不肯相信神，
and they did not want to honor that God,
他们也不愿意敬拜他，
God turned them over
所以神就任凭他们，
to the desires of their heart.
让他们为所欲为，随心所欲。
And what happened?
结果呢，
They began to worship man
他们就开始敬拜人了，
and less than man.
而且越来越像牲畜了，
Animals,
敬拜动物、
birds,
鸟类，
reptiles,
还有爬虫类，
insects.
敬拜甚至昆虫。
And we can even see that today.
我们今天也看到这样的情况，对不对？
Now,
好，
let me give you one other illustration
让我再给你一个例子啊，
that I think is very important.
我想很重要。
It's very common for people to say today that all gods are the same.
今天人们都很普遍的说，信什么都一样，所有的神都是一样。
And that all beliefs are the same.
条条大路通罗马，所有的宗教劝人为善都好。
And even though we're talking about different things, we're all referring to the same God.
虽然我们讲的不一样，但我们都信的同一位神呐、一个神。
But I'm afraid that's not true.
但是我恐怕这不是真理啊。
We see in the scriptures it's not true.
我们在圣经里看到这不是真理。
But let me give you an illustration to show you how absurd it is.
好，让我给你一个例子啊，来说明这是何等的不可理喻。
The Christian talks about God.
基督徒讲论上帝，
He's talking about an omnipotent being
他在讲一位无所不能的神。
that was not created or caused,
这位神不是被造的、受造的，
but is the cause of all things.
他乃是创造万有的上帝，
He is omnipotent.
他是无所不能的，
He's omnipresent.
他是无所不在的，
He's omniscient. He knows everything.
他是无所不知的，
And then also he's moral.
而且他有道德的，
He's holy.
他是圣洁的，
He's righteous.
他是公义的，
He's good.
他是善良的，
He's loving.
他是慈爱的，
And also with regard to knowledge,
而且他的知识，
he knows all things.
他无所不知，什么都晓得，
With regard to power, he has no limit.
而且他能力是没有限量的。
And so when the Christian talks about God, he's talking about this kind of being.
所以当基督徒讲论神的时候，他讲的是这样一位神。
But another man, when he talks about God,
但另外一个人讲神的时候，
may be talking about a frog
也许他讲的神是一只青蛙而已，
or a monkey
或者一个猴子，
or an insect.
或者一个昆虫。
You see, we're not talking about the same
你
thing.
看没有？我们讲的不是同一件事。
Now, I want us to go to Deuteronomy chapter 6,
我们看
verse
《生
4.
命记》第6章第4节。
Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one.
以色列啊，你要听，耶和华我们的神是独一的主。
Now, in Hebrew, this was referred to as the Shema,
在希伯来文啊，这是独一的主，
from the word hear.
就是听啊，
Hear, O Israel,
你要听啊，以色列，
the Lord is our God, the Lord is one.
耶和华我们的神是独一的神，他是独一的。
Now, first of all, let's talk about God as one.
好，首先我们谈论啊，神是独一的。
Now, the first thing that I want you to see is, again, that the religion of the Jews and the religion of the Christians is monotheistic.
好，首先我要你看到，不论是犹太教或是基督教，都是独一神论的，
Only one God.
唯有一位真神，
And this is the foundation of our faith.
这是我们信仰的根基。
And you must hold on to this with all your might.
你必须全力抓住这个事实，
Because you cannot understand the Trinity unless you understand that Christianity is monotheistic.
除非你能够了解我们所信的基督教所信的是独一的神，你就不能够明白三位一体。
We do not have three gods.
我们没有三个神啊，
We have one God.
我们只有一位独一的神。
Now, another thing that I want you to see is this idea of the Lord is one.
好，另外我要你看见就是我们的神是独一的。
Now, the word in Hebrew is echad.
好，这个是希伯来字，是希伯来文啊，是这个字，
And it means one.
意思就是一。
But it can include in that one multiple persons.
换言之，这是一个复数的一，在这个一里头可能有几个位格。
Look in Genesis chapter 2,
你
verse
看看
24.
创世纪第2章24节。
In Genesis 2, verse 24,
2章24节，创世纪。
the Bible says, they, that is the man and the woman, shall become one flesh.
圣经说人啊，指的是男女啊，夫妻要离开父母，与妻子联合，二人成为一体。
And in Christian marriages, we use this terminology, don't we?
在基督教的婚礼里头，我们会用这样的言语，对不对？
They have become one,
二人成为一体了，
and yet they are two.
但是还是两个人。
Now, this is not parallel with the Trinity.
这个跟三位一体不一样啊。
The Trinity is much more complex than that.
三位一体比这个复杂得多。
The only thing I'm trying to show you is that when this word is used,
我要让你看到，就是当这个一字用的时候，用到一的时候，
it's talking more about unity.
讲的是合一，合一。
Then in the book of Ezra,
然后在以斯拉记
and you don't have to turn there, chapter 3, verse 1,
3章1节，
it says, the people gathered together as one man.
以色列人住在各城，那时他们如同一人聚集在耶路撒冷。
Now again, this is not a perfect illustration at all of the Trinity.
当然，我再声明一次，这不是一个完美的三位一体的一个
And
例子，
you shouldn't use it as an
你
illustration.
不应该拿这个做例子啊。
But it does show something.
但是告诉我们一些事，
The concept of one
这个一的概念，
and yet many.
同时这个一是复数的一，里头有许多。
Now back to Deuteronomy 6:4.
再回到申命记6章4节，
It says, "Hear, O Israel."
说以色列啊，你要听。
Now, in Hebrew,
在希伯来文啊，
hear means more than just listen.
你要听，这个听不仅仅是听听而已啊，
The idea is listening to obey.
意思说你要听从，你要顺服。
Listening in order to see this as a reality and incorporate it into your life.
你要看这个是事实，你要听，而且照着去做。
So the Bible here isn't just saying, look, you need to understand God is one.
这里圣经的意思不仅仅是你头脑明白了、知道了神只有一位而已，不是，
But it's saying this.
乃是说
You need to understand there's only one God.
你真要明白只有一位神呐。
And you need to understand the radical implications that has for your life.
你也要知道这一位神对你来说，对你生命的翻天覆地的影响啊！
There is a God.
有一位神，
There is only one.
只有独一的一位神。
That has tremendous implications on your life.
这对你生命来说是十分重要的。
Because if there is a God,
因为如果有位神的话，
and He has revealed His will,
他把他的旨意向我们显明了，
and He has made you,
而且他创造了你，
then you are responsible before Him
那么你在他面前要交账的，
to serve Him
你要服侍他，
according to His
你要
will.
按着他的旨意来服侍他。
Now notice here we have the word God.
再注意这里，你要听有独一的神，有这个主这个字。
We have the word Lord.
我们的神还有主，主跟神这两个字。
Here's something that's very difficult for people to understand.
这里我们有时候很难理解，
Those two words go together.
这两个神跟主这两个字并排的很难理解。
If He is God,
如果他是神，
He is Lord.
那么他也是主，
And you are responsible before Him.
你在他面前要交账，要负责。
You will not stand before me on judgment day.
到审判的日子，你不是要站在我的面前，
You won't stand before the pastor.
也不是站在牧师面前，
You won't stand before the great mass of people.
你也不是站在一群人的面前，不，
You will stand before the Lord.
你乃要站在主的面前。
You may know what I want.
你可能知道我要什么，
You may know what the pastor
你
wants.
可能知道牧师要什么，
You may know what the entire world
你
wants.
可能知道是整个世界所要的是什么。
But none of that will matter on the day of judgment. Will
但是
it?
到了审判的日子，这些都不重要，对不对？
What will matter?
什么才是最重要的？审判日子
That you have known what God wants
就是你知道神的旨意，
and you have heard it.
而且你听见了，
And that means not just that you know it,
不仅仅是听听而已，知道而已，
but you've directed your entire life according to the will of God.
乃是你听从了神的旨意，你整个生命都顺服了神的旨意。
Sometimes when I look at the evangelical church
有时候我看到福音派的教会啊，
and they're chasing after so many things,
哇，他们在追逐许多的事物啊，
prosperity,
追求成功，
comfort,
平安，
health,
健康，
try to get their best life in this world.
他们要活在世上最美好的生活哈。
Do you know what they need to hear?
你知道他们所需要听见的
They
是什么
need？ someone to stand up
他们需要有人站起来
and say,
说
No,
不对，不对，
hear this.
听啊，
The Lord,
主，
He is God,
他才是神，
not all these other things.
不是其他这些事物，
There is one God,
只有一位真神，
and we owe allegiance to Him.
我们必须要听从他。
Now, I want us to go to Deuteronomy chapter 4,
我们再看到申命记第4章啊
verse 39.
39节，
Here is another passage about the fact that there is only one God.
这是另外一段经文讲到只有一位真神。
Know therefore today and take it to your heart that the Lord, He is God in heaven above and on the earth below. There is no other.
所以今日你要知道，也要记在心上，天上地下唯有耶和华，他是神，除他以外再无别神。
You know how we're always talking about knowledge,
你知道我们总是在讲论知识啊，
and we're always talking about learning.
讲到学习，
And so many Christians say, I need to know more.
很多基督徒说我需要明白更多，知道更多。
I'm not living like I ought to live because I need to know more.
我没有达标，因为我需要知道的更多。
In one sense, that may be true,
从一个角度来说，也许是真的，
but in another
但
sense,
从另一个角度呢，
it's not.
不对。
If we would just take it to heart that there is only one God,
只要我们如果真正明白只有一位真神，
if we would just take it to heart that there's only one Lord,
如果我们真正明白只有一位主，
the God who made us,
就是造我们的主，
the Lord who rules over us,
就是那一位主宰万有、主宰我们生命的主，
that would so radically change our
我们的
lives.
生命就会彻底的翻天覆地大改变了。
Why do you exist?
为什么你存在？
God made me.
因为神创造了我。
How are you going to live?
你怎么样生活呢？
There's only one Lord.
只有一位主，
Well, then how are you going to
那
live?
你应该怎么生活呢？
According to His
你要
will.
按照他的旨意生
How
活。
will you know His
你
will?
怎么明白他的旨意呢？
Only through His word.
唯有借着他的话语，才能明白他的旨意。
Just knowing that there is one God,
只要知道只有一位真神，
truly taking it to heart,
真正把这个当回事儿的话，
will change everything.
就会改变一切，改变生命。
Because many times the problem is not what we don't know,
因为往往问题不是我们不知道、不明白，
it's what we do know
那是我们明白了，
that we do not take seriously
我们却没把它当回事儿，
and we do not obey.
我们不顺服，我们掉以轻心。
I am glad that I live in a democracy,
我很高兴，我活在一个民主的国家，
or at least what's left of one.
至少现在还有一点民主啊。
But On the other hand, it's hard to understand our relationship with God because of a democracy.
但从另一个角度啊，因为我们活在民主国家，我们就很难真正明白上帝的旨意。
How does a democracy function?
一个民主国家是怎么样运作的？
The voice of the people.
是老百姓的人民的声音啊。
What are we going to do?
我们该做什么？
What the people want.
百姓要什么就做什么嘛。
Do you see how that's come into the church?
你看没有，在教会也是如此啊。
What kind of church are we going to be?
我们要什么样的教会呢？
Well, what do the people want?
老百姓要什么？
How are we going to do our services?
我们怎么样子聚会敬拜呢？
Well, what do the people want?
少数服从多数，看老
What
百
kind
姓要
of
什么。
messages are we going to preach?
我们要传讲什么样的信息呢？
Well, what do the people want?
看看百姓羊群喜欢什么嘛。
That's not the way it works in the Bible.
但圣经里头并非如此。
It's the only question is this.
圣经问的唯一问题是，
It's not even what does God want,
甚至不是神要什么，乃是
but what has God commanded.
神命令了什么，吩咐了什么。
How should I live?
我该怎么生活？
Well, there's only one God and one Lord.
只有一位主，一位神。
What has he said?
他说了什么？
Well, how should we do church?
我们该怎么样子在礼拜天敬拜？
Well, there's only one God and one Lord.
只有一个主，一个神。
What did he say?
他怎么说？
Well, what kind of worship do you want?
你要什么样的敬拜呢？
Oh, that's not the question.
这不该问的。
What kind of worship did the Lord command?
我们该问的是，主吩咐该怎么样敬拜。
So when he says, "Know therefore today and take it to heart,"
所以当他说，你要知道，要记在心上。
we could stop these meetings right now.
我们现在可以停止聚会啊，
We could all go home
我们可以回家去。
if we would just do this one thing.
如果我们只要做这一件事，
Every aspect of our life would change
我们整个生命的每个层面都会改变。
if we took this to heart.
只要我们记在心上，当回事儿。
And I'm not just talking about you
我不仅在讲你而已，
or someone else.
或者讲别人啊，
I'm talking about me.
我在讲我自己。
Sometimes I just have to stop
有时候我要停下来，
and shake myself.
我要把自己给摇醒。
Maybe I just need to be slapped.
也许人家要打我一个耳光，把我清醒
It's
过来
like,。wake up.
清醒过来吧！
What are you thinking?
你在想啥你？
Are you now Lord?
你是主吗你？
Are you now God?
你是什么你？
Where did you come up with these ideas?
你怎么会有这样的想法呢？
Who told you to live this way?
谁叫你这样生活的？
Do you see that?
你看到没有？
Take it to heart.
你要记在心上。
Now, also, I want you to look. It says, He is God in heaven above and on the earth below. There is no other.
这里说到天上地下唯有耶和华，他是神，除他以外再无别神了。
Do you know that most false gods are limited geographically?
你知道大多数的假神都是在地理上受限制的。
Remember, they thought we can defeat the God of the Israelites because he's the God of the plain and not the God of the mountains.
你记得他们说，我们可以打败以色列人的神，因为以色列人是平原的神，不是高山上的神。
Or he's the God of the mountains and not the God of the plain.
或者他是高山的神，不是平原的神。
But they were wrong, weren't they?
他们错了，对不对？
He's God everywhere.
他是无所不在的，到处都是神，他是神，
Everywhere.
他是无所不在的神。
And that has a lot to do with the way we live.
这也跟我们的生活方式有关系啊。
I tell my children,
我跟我儿女说，
I say, you know, you can hide things from Dad
我跟他说，你可以向爸爸隐瞒这些事，
because Dad's not omniscient.
因为你爸爸不是无所不在、无所不知的。
Mom's a little more omniscient, but not totally omniscient.
妈妈比爸爸更无所不知一点啊，但是不是完全无所不知。
But God is omniscient.
但是神却是真正无所不知，
He knows everything.
他知道每一个细节。
I heard a story years ago when I was a young Christian.
当我是个年轻基督徒的时候，我听到一个故事啊。
This boy who was, well, let's just say it, he was full of sin.
这个孩子很调皮，很多罪恶。
He tried to get this young girl in the church to do something evil with him.
他想要勾引一个女孩，跟他做一些不当做的事。
And he kept bothering her.
他就继续的勾引这个女孩。
And finally she said, okay.
最后这个女孩说：“好吧，
But you must take me to a place where we cannot be seen.
但你必须把我带到一个没有人看见的地方做这样的事。”
So he got in the car.
所以他们就进到车里头去。
And she said, I'm sorry, we can be seen here.
女孩说：“不行，有人会看见我，
He
不行。”
took her all kinds of places in the city.
他就把她带到市里头，这
He
个地
said,
方，那
no
个地
one
方。
will see us here.
这里没人看见，没人看见。
Yes, someone will see us
那女孩说：“
here.
有人看见，有人看见。”
And in the end, he just was exasperated.
最后这个男孩气死了，他无路可走
He
了，
says, no one can see us.
没人看见
She
呐。
said, my God can see
那
us.
女孩说：“我的神看得见，
There's no place we can go
我们不能跑到任何地方，
where my God will not see us.
神看不见我们的。
Now,
不
she
可能。
shouldn't have done something like that.
当然，这个女孩不该做这样的事。
She should have gone directly to her father
这个女孩应该去见她爸爸啊，
and told him about the boy.
然后告诉她爸爸这个男孩的事儿，
Father should have gone and beat him up.
然后
No,
爸爸就去给他颜色看看，给他颜色看看。
But the point is,
我要讲的是，
you see, just a simple idea of the Christian God,
就是这个基督教所信的上帝这个简单的概念，
the bare minimum of knowledge,
这仅仅就知道他最有限那么一点的知识，
it'll change everything.
就可以改变一切。
Do you see that?
看到没有？
So you want to learn a whole lot of things.
你看，我们要学好多好多东西，
But if you just learn this one thing,
但你只要学到这一点，
there's one God
就一位神，
and there's one Lord.
就一个主，就够了。
Also, the Bible becomes a lot more important, doesn't it?
然后圣经就变得更加的重要，有权威了。
Now let's go to Isaiah 43:10.
再看以赛亚书43章第10节。
It says, You are my witnesses, declares the Lord, and my servant whom I have chosen, so that you may know and believe me and understand that I am He. Before me there was no God formed, and there will be none after me.
耶和华说：“你们是我的见证，我所拣选的仆人。既是这样，便可以知道且信服我，又明白我就是耶和华。在我以前没有神，在我以后也必没有。”
Now, in the last line, he says, Before me there was no God formed, and there will be none after me.
好，最后一句话，在我以前没有真神，在我以后也必没有。
Now, why does he use the word formed?
为什么他说这里在小字里头他说造作的？为什么他说造作的呢？
Because all the false gods are formed. They're made.
因为所有的假神都是造出来，都是人手做出来的，
They're made by men.
他们是人所造的。
And if they're made by men, they're not gods.
如果他们是人手造的，他们就不是真神。
There was a man who became a Christian in Peru.
在秘鲁有个人信了主，
He was very, very Catholic.
他本来是一个天主教徒，
And his job was he made idols, he made images.
他的工作就是去造那些偶像，天主教的偶像。
And one day he was in his shop,
有一天他在他的工厂里头，
and he was making an image of Mary.
他在造一个玛利亚的像，
And he needed something to make the eyelashes.
他需要一些东西呢来造他的眉毛。
So he was looking all around, he couldn't find anything.
他在找一些东西，他找不到东西啊，
He had to finish the project.
他必须要把这个任务完成。
He wanted to get paid.
他想要得到薪水，
And he thought, what am I going to do?
他说我该怎么办呢？
And then all of a sudden he looked on the floor,
突然他看到在地上
and there was a dog.
有一只狗，
He thought, eyelashes.
这个眉毛跟狗毛，
So he went over there with a pair of scissors,
他就拿一把剪刀，
and he clipped off some hair.
他就把这个狗毛给剪下来。
And as he was pasting them on,
当他正在给这玛利亚铺眉毛的时候，
God began to work in his heart,
神就在他心中动工说话，
opened up his mind,
打开他的心门。
and he realized, look what I'm doing.
他突然意识到我在干啥啊？
I'm making an image
我在造一个像，
that people are going to bow down to.
人们都要向这个像下拜的，
They're going to worship
他
it.
们要敬拜这个像。
And I made at least part of it out of a dog.
我把它一部分是用狗毛做的，
This is crazy.
这简直疯了嘛！
It is, isn't it?
是吧？的确疯了。
But are not countless people doing the same thing all over this city?
那整个城市里成千上万人不正在做这样的蠢事儿吗？
It may not be dog hair,
也许不用狗毛做，
but they're worshiping metal,
但他们在敬拜金属的东西。
paper with a president's face on it.
一个指头上面有一个总统像或者毛主席像，
They're worshiping dirt
或者在拜土地，
and bricks.
或者砖头，
Do you see?
看到没有？
But when we have this belief in one true God,
但是，一旦我们相信这独一的真神的时候，
that foolishness is eliminated.
那这个愚昧就不会去重蹈覆辙了。
Also, do you see how it restores dignity to the human?
你看到，这也使我们人类有尊严，恢复我们的尊严。
What kind of dignity is there for a human to bow down to a frog?
当人类向一个青蛙下拜的时候，他有什么尊严可言呢？
Or bow down to a monkey?
或者向一个猴子下拜的时候，有什么尊严呢？
Or a cat?
或者向猫下拜，
Or an insect?
或向昆虫下拜，
Or a reptile?
或者向爬虫下拜。
The Bible says that man was the crown of creation.
圣经告诉我，人类是神所造的万物当中的为首的。
But in his sin, man is bowing down now to something lower than himself.
但是人犯罪堕落的时候，他就像比他更低级的东西在下拜了。
And in doing that, he loses his human dignity.
这样做的时候，他就失去了人类的尊严了。
But to worship the Creator,
但是敬拜真神创造主的时
the
候，
one who made all things with just a word,
那说有就有，命立就立的这位创造万物的真神的时候，创造
that
主的时候，
restores human dignity.
这就使人类恢复了他应有的尊严。
Do you see why this concept of one God is so important?
你看到吗？这独一神论的概念是何等的重要。
Now, I want you to look at 3 different words here in Isaiah 43:10.
好，我们注意在43章第10节里头3个不同的字。
He says, I have chosen
他说：“我所拣选的，
so that you may know,
好叫你可以知道，
believe,
而且信服，
understand.
而且明白。”
Now, let's just look at these words for a moment.
好，我们看看这些词啊。
That you may know me, he says.
好，叫你知道，可以知道我。
There are a lot of religions
世上有很多宗教，
that want to bypass the mind.
想要就不用脑筋，不动大脑，
There's even a lot of groups that call themselves Christians,
甚至有一些人啊，自称是基督徒也这样。
that they laugh at the mind.
他们嘲笑人的理性，
They talk bad about the intellect.
他们也藐视人的智商头脑。
But God gave you a mind.
但神赐给我们一个头脑，一个理性，
He gave you a mind to think
好叫我们能够思想，
that you might know Him.
好叫你可以知道他，认识他。
And the knowledge of God begins with understanding the truth about God.
要认识神的话，首先我们要对他有所认识，有所明白，有所知道。
And how can we do that?
我们怎么能够知道他呢？
Through the revelation of God in Jesus Christ.
借着神在耶稣基督里的启示，
Through the revelation of His Word.
借着他的话语的启示。
Apart from the Word of God,
如果没有神的话语的话，
you can't really know who God is.
你就不能够真正的知道神是谁。
Apart from the Word of God,
如果没有神的话的话，
you can't understand the meaning of the incarnation.
你就不能够明白道成肉身的意义，
You can't understand the meaning of the cross.
你也不能够明白十字架的意义。
In order to have a relationship with this God,
你要跟神建立关系的话，
to know Him,
你要认识他的话，
you must have a knowledge of Him through the mind by studying the Word.
你必须借着你的理性，借着头脑，借着研读他的话语来认识他，来知道他。
Let me ask you about faith,
好，让我请问信心，
because we've already used the word know,
因为我们已经用了这个词了，知道。
and then there's the word believe.
然后还有一个词就是明白，信服我，信服。
How can you believe
你如何信服？
unless you know?
除非你先知道，对不对？
People think that faith is just a leap in the dark.
有人以为信心不过是在黑暗中这么就跳过去，
No, it's
盲目的
not.
跳。不，
No, it's not.
信心不是这样，不是盲目
Faith
的。
is based upon knowledge.
信心必须建立在知识的基础上，
And that knowledge comes from what God has said about himself.
这个知识是建立在神自我启示的基础上。
So in order to believe God,
所以要相信神，
you
信服
must
神，
know who he
你
is.
必须先知道他是谁，
And you must know what he has
你
commanded.
也必须知道他的吩咐，他的命令是什么。
And you know that through the word.
你借着他的话语，圣经可以认识他。
So if we are going to believe
所以
God,
如果我们要信服神，
we must know God.
我们必须知道他，认
And
识
we
他。
know God through the word.
我们借着圣经可以知道他，认识他。
He says know,
他说认识、知道，
believe,
然后信服，
and understand.
然后明白。
There is only one true God.
只有一位真神，
That is the greatest, most important thing in our human existence.
这是我们人类生活当中最重要的、最关键的一件事。
And that is the most important thing we should understand.
这是我们需要明白的最重要的事。
It is a good thing to understand calculus.
能够明白什么几何、微积分很好啊。
It is a good thing to understand engineering
能够明白工程学也很好，
and medicine,
能够明白医学也很好，
geography,
能够明白地质学也很好，
geology,
或者 geology
the study of rocks.
这是物理学，物质学也很好。
There are so
地理学。
many important things to understand.
有很多事情我们都需要明白地质学，
But there's nothing more important than understanding who God is
但是没有任何一件事情比明白神更重要，
and understanding what His will is.
而且要明白他的旨意，没有任何比这重要。
Let's look at it this way.
我们看看这么看，
There's one God.
有一位神，
He made me.
他创造了我，
He's the most important truth in all the universe.
这是整个宇宙当中最重要的一个真理。
Since He made me, He's also my Lord.
既然他创造我，他就是我的主，我的主
And
宰。
I am responsible before Him.
我要在他面前交账，我要向他负责任。
Not only that, but He loves me.
不仅如此，他也爱我。
And since He made me, He knows exactly how I ought to live.
既然他创造我，他也知道我应该如何的正确的生活。
He knows what is best for me.
他知道什么对我是最好的。
All these things
这一切，
are the most important things to understand.
这是我们需要明白的最重要的事。
Because apart from these,
因为没有这些事的话，
nothing else will work.
其他一切都不能运作，
Nothing else makes sense.
一切都我们都不能明白。如果不明白这一点，什么都不明白了。
Now, I'm talking to a lot of young people out here today.
我今天在跟许多年轻人说话。
You're beginning your life.
你的生命刚刚开始，
Some of you are just newly Christian.
有些人刚刚信主。
Look at how your life would be impacted
你看你的生命会如何的有个大改变。
if you would take it to heart that there is one Lord and one God.
如果你当回事儿，记在心上，只有一位主，一位神，
That He is worthy of all obedience and worship.
他配得你一切的敬拜和顺从。
And that He has revealed to you what He desires through His Word.
他借着他的话语，已经把他自己的旨意向你显明了
And。if you were to study His Word
如果你好好的研读他的话语，
and grow in your understanding of Him
而且对他的认识上你不断的成长的话，
and grow in your understanding of His will,
而且对他的旨意也不断的认识成长的话，
how blessed would your life be?
你的生命将是何等蒙福。
According to the Bible,
根据圣经，
it's the difference between a wise man and a fool.
这是一个智慧人和一个愚昧人之间的不同。
Now, I want us to go to Isaiah 45:18.
我们看看以赛亚45章18节。
It says, For thus says the Lord who created the heavens, He is God who formed the earth and made it. He established it and did not create it a waste place, but formed it to be inhabited. I am the Lord, and there is none else.
创造诸天的耶和华，制造成全大地的神，他创造坚定大地，并非使地荒凉，是要给人居住。他如此说：我是耶和华，再没有别神。
Now, I want you to look at just one truth here, even though there are many.
我要你看看其中的一个很重要的真理。
He created the world.
他创造大地天地，
He established it.
而且他坚定大地。
He did not create it to be a waste place.
他并非要造大地，使大地荒凉。
Listen to me.
注意听啊！
God created you for a purpose.
神创造你是有一个目的的。
Now, if someone walked up to you and said, I have a purpose for your life,
如果有人到你面前说：“哎，我对你生命有一个旨意啊，有个目的。”
would you say this?
你会不会说
That's wonderful.
哇，太好了！
Tell me what it is, and
请
I'll
你告诉我。
spend the rest of my life doing it.
请你告诉我，让我一辈子就遵行你的旨意，会不会？
I hope you would not do
我
that,
盼望你不做这样的事啊，
because it could be a crazy person
因
who's
为可能
talking
个
to you.
疯子，他告诉你啊，我告诉你，我知道你的旨意。
You would want to know who this person is.
你要知道跟你说话的人是谁。
And there are two primary things you'd want to know about them.
有两件事情你要知道这个人，
Do they truly care about me?
他是否真正关心我、爱我。
I mean, if I'm going to listen to them with regard to how I should live my life,
因为如果我要听他的话，我该怎么样生活的话，
I would want to know, do they really care about me?
我要知道那个人到底关不关心我、爱不爱我。对不
Because
对？
if they're evil
因为如果他们是邪恶的话，
and they hate me,
他们恨我的话，
I'm not going to listen to them when they say they have the purpose of my life,
他们告诉我该怎么生活，我才不听他们的话，对
because
不
they're
对？
trying to destroy me.
因为他们要把我毁了。
But if I was convinced that they truly cared about me,
但如果我深信他们真正关心我，
that doesn't mean that I would obey them,
那不见得我一定要听他们的啊，
because they may truly care about me,
因为他们可能真正关心我、真正爱我，
but they're crazy.
但却发了疯了，对不对？神经病。
I would also want to know, are they wise?
我也要知道他们是否有智慧、有聪明，
Do they know what they're talking
他们
about?
知不知道他们所讲的是什么？
I'm not going to listen to someone who loves me
我不会听一个仅仅爱我
if they are
但
unwise,
却没有智慧的人，
and I'm not going to listen to someone who's wise
我也不会听一个有智慧但是
if they're evil and do not love me.
却不爱我、却很邪恶的人，我也不听。对
I
不对
need someone who loves me
我需要一个人，他既爱我，
and loves me with an infinite love
而且非常的爱我，无限的爱我，
and has perfect wisdom.
并且有完美的智慧。
Now that person I'm going to listen to.
这样的人我才要听，对不对？
Well, the one true God of the Bible,
圣经里的唯一的真神
He's that person.
就是那一位，
He loves you.
他爱你，
He sent His Son to die for you.
他差他的独生子为你而死，
He called you to be His child.
他呼召你成为他的儿女，
He's proven His love.
他已经证明他爱你，
So whatever He wants for you is the best.
所以不论他要你做什么，一定是对你最好的。
But He's also wise.
不但如此，他也是智慧
He
的。
created the world with a word.
他用他一句话就创造了全世界。
Do you know anybody else who can do that?
你知道世上有任何人能够做这样的事吗？
Do you know anyone else that wise?
有人有那么大的智慧吗？
He knows the past, the present, and the future as the same.
他知道过去、现在、将来了如指掌，
He knows everything.
他知道一切所有的事物。
But now listen to this.
好，注意听啊，
He knows everything perfectly.
他知道一切事物十全十美、完完全全。
He knows everything exhaustively.
他知道所有的事物的细节，
He knows everything instantly.
他而且随时随刻可以知道一切的事物。
For example, if you ask me a question,
譬如你问我个问题啊，
I'm going to have to think about it,
我必须要思考一下，对不对？
maybe even investigate.
甚至我要研究一下、
It's
查
going to
考一
take
下，
time.
需要一些时间。
God knows it exhaustively,
但神可以知道所有的事物，详详细细，
instantly.
而且立刻，
It's there.
所有的知识就在那儿。
Now let me ask you a
让
question.
我请问问题啊，
When someone like God
当 一个像神这样的一个人，
says, I made you for a purpose.
说我创造你是有目的的，
Shouldn't you listen to him?
你该不该听他的话？
Shouldn't you follow his will?
你该不该遵行他的旨意？
He made you.
他创造你，
He's Lord over you.
他是你的主宰，
He loves you.
他也爱你，
He's all wise.
他是无所不知，他是大有智慧，
And he's revealed his purpose for your life through his word.
他也借着他话语，把他的旨意对你生命的旨意向你启示了，显明了。
It's really quite simple, isn't it?
这很简单，对不对？
And we make it so complicated.
我们把它搞得很复杂。
How are you going to live your life?
你该怎么生活呢？
In submission.
你应该顺服神的旨意。
And how are you going to know you're in submission?
你怎么知道你在顺服他？
Through the word that he's given me.
借着他所赐给我们的圣经。
Now we're going to look at the response.
好，我们要看看这个回应了。
How should we respond to this one true God?
我们应当怎样回应这一位独一的真神呢？
I want you to look at Exodus 22 through 6.
我们看看，出埃及记20章2到6节。
He says, I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of slavery. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make for yourself an idol or any likeness of what is in heaven above or on the earth beneath or in the water under the earth. You shall not worship them or serve them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the children, on the third and fourth generations of those who hate me, but showing loving kindness to thousands, to those who love me and keep my commandments.
我是耶和华你的神，曾将你从埃及地为奴之家领出来。除了我以外，你不可有别神，不可为自己雕刻偶像，也不可做什么形象，仿佛上天下地和地底下水中的百物，不可跪拜那些像，也不可侍奉他。因为我耶和华你的神是忌邪的神，恨我的，我必追讨他的罪，自父及子，直到3、4代；爱我的，守我诫命的，我必向他们发慈爱，直到1000代。
Now, in verse 3,
好，第3节，
he begins to give us his commands.
他就开始给我们他的吩咐。
This one true God reveals to us his will.
好，这一位独一的神把他的旨意向我们显明。
But before he does that, he says something extremely important.
好，在此之前呢，他说一些非常非常重要的话。
I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of slavery.
我是耶和华你的神，曾将你从埃及为奴之家领出来。
Now, what does this mean?
什么意思？
It means that God had a claim upon them.
意思，神在他们身上有主权，
God has a claim upon every man.
神对每个人生命都有主权，
He deserves the obedience of every man.
他配得每一个人的顺服，
He deserves the worship of every man.
他也配得每个人的敬拜。
Based upon two great truths.
根据2个事实，
The first is he's God.
第一，他是神，
He's God and Lord.
他是主，对不对？
He made you.
他创造了你，
He sustains you.
他托住你，
Even the man who curses God,
甚至那个在咒诅神的人，
he does so by the strength and life that God gives him.
他是借着神赐给他的能力和生命在咒诅神的。
Do you see how arrogant that is?
你看人是何等的嚣张猖狂啊！
It's like someone giving you a gun as a present
就像有个人给你个礼物，给你把枪，
and then you shooting them with that gun.
你就拿起枪来把他杀了。
He has a claim upon us.
他对我们的生命有主
He
权的，
deserves our worship.
他配得我们的敬拜，
He deserves the obedience of every man.
他配得每一个人的顺从，
Because he made us,
因为他创造我们，
he gives us breath.
他赐给我们生命气息。
But now there's another reason.
还有一个原因，
Every man should worship God and obey him
每个人都应该顺服他，应该敬拜神，
because God has made every man.
因为神创造所有的人类。
But for some men,
但是有一些人呢，
there's another reason why God should be worshiped.
对他们来说还有另一个原因，他们要敬拜神。
for the people of God.
就是属神的人。
Because he says, I brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of slavery.
因为这里说，我曾经将你从埃及地为奴之家领出来。
So all the pagan nations,
所有的外邦国度
they should worship God
都应该敬拜神，
because God made them
因为神创造他们，
and God gives them breath.
神赐他们生命气息。
But for Israel,
但是以色列人
there was one other reason.
还有另一个原因，他们要敬拜神，
I redeemed you.
因为我救赎了你，
I saved you.
我拯救了你。
Now for the Christian, it's the same.
对基督徒而言也一样啊。
Why should we worship this one true God?
为什么我们要敬拜这位独一的神呢？
Why should we obey him?
为什么要顺服他呢？
Because he made us.
因为他创造了我们，
And he gives us breath.
他赐给我们生命气息。
Why else should we?
我们不敬拜他该做什么啊？
He redeemed us
因为他也救赎我们，
by the death of his only son.
借着他独生儿子的死，他救赎了我们。
Do you see the debt that we have to him?
你看到我们欠他的债吗？
This is so very important.
这是非常重要的。
The Christian is the freest man in the world,
基督徒是全世界最自由的人，
and yet he's a slave,
同时他也是一个奴仆，
but a willing slave.
但是是一个甘心的奴仆。
He made me.
他创造了我，
I breathe because he gives me breath.
我能够呼吸，因为他赐给我气息。
So how could I use this life that he's given me against him?
我怎能滥用他赐给我的生命来反对他、抵挡他呢？
He gives me breath.
他赐我生命气息，
How can I use this breath to disobey him?
我怎么能用他赐给我的生命气息来反叛他呢？
The psalmist says, Let everything that breathes praise the Lord.
诗篇说，让凡有气息的都要赞美耶和华。
Why?
为什么？
Because the breath you breathe comes from him.
因为你所呼吸的空气是他所赐的，
Your heart beats because of him.
你的心跳是因为他赐给你能力。
And if that were not enough,
如果还不够的话，
he sent his son to die for
他
you.
更差遣他的儿子为你而死。
You are redeemed from hell,
你从地狱中被救赎出来，
redeemed from
你
condemnation,
从定罪中被赎出来，
not by the blood of some sheep.
不是借着动物羊的血。不，
Peter said, not with gold and silver.
彼得说，不是借着金银等类能朽坏之物，
You were saved by the blood of God's own Son.
你乃是借着耶稣基督神的儿子的血蒙赎的。
That's why Paul referred to himself as a bondservant of Christ.
所以保罗说他自己是耶稣基督的奴隶啊，
But he willingly served
但是他甘心的服侍主，
because of the claim God had on his life.
因为神在他生命上有主权。
Why should we live in obedience to God?
为什么我们要顺服神呢？
Because of who he is
因为他是谁，
and what he has done for us.
他为我做了什么。
There's a story about Abraham Lincoln and a slave.
有一个关乎林肯总统和一个黑奴的故事。
And I'm sure it's probably not true.
我想可能不是真的啊，一个故事，
but it is a good illustration.
但是一个很好的例子啊。
There was a woman being sold as a slave,
有一个妇人就被卖为奴隶，
and Lincoln walked by,
林肯总统从那儿经过，
and he saw the men bidding on her
他看到男人在鞭打他，主人
to make her a slave.
要奴役他，
And so he began to bid,
所以他就开始拍卖要买了。
and he offered more money than all of them,
他比所有的拍卖的人呢，出的价更高，
and he bought her,
就把她买回来了。
and he took her outside of town,
林肯就把她从城市里带出去，
and he took the chain off her neck,
把她颈项上的锁链松下来，松。
and he said, "You're free to go."
他说：“你可以自由走吧。
And she said, "What?" ”
那个妇人说：“
He said, "You're free."
你自由了。
She said, "You mean I can do anything I
你
want?"
说我可以做任何事吗？我现在？”那个女人说
He said, "Yes, you're free."
林肯说：“是，你是自由的，
He said, "I can go anywhere I want to go."
我能够去任何地方，我要去哪就可以去吗？”
He said, "Yes, you're free."
没错，你是自由的。现在，
And she said this,
那个女人说
"Then I choose to go with you."
那我要跟你走了。
because
我
of
选
what
择
you've done for me.
因为你为我所成就的，我选择跟随你。
You see, the Ten Commandments begin this way.
你看10诫就这么开始的，
Before he tells us what we should do,
在他告诉我们当做什么事之前呢，
he tells us why.
他先告诉我们为什么，
Because he created us
因为他创造了我们，
and he purchased
不
us
但如此，他更救赎了我们，
with the blood of his Son.
借着他儿子的血赎买了我们。
In verse 3,
好，第3节啊，
you shall have no other gods before me.
除了我以外，你不可有别神。
It literally means you shall have no other gods before my face.
哦，这个原文的意思是在我面前，你不可有别的神，
You should have no gods in front of him
你不可有任何神在我的面前，
that are greater than him.
比我更大的没有，
No gods beside him that are equal to him.
也没有神在我旁边跟我平起平坐的没有。
But also you should have no gods that are inferior to him.
你也不能有任何神低于我的小神，低神也不能有。
When I was a young Christian,
当我是个年轻基督徒的时
it
候，
was the fashion to say this.
当时很流行说，
Keep God number one in your life.
你要把神摆第一位，生命中的第一位。
That's not really a good thing to say.
其实说这样的话不太对啊，
Do you know why?
为什么你知道吗？
You should keep God number one in your life
是你应该让神做第一位，
and number two
还有做第2位，
and number three
还有做第3位、
and number
第
four
4位、
and number
第
five
5位、
and number 6 billion.
6000万位，都是他第一。
There should not be any competing loyalties in your heart.
你的心里头不应该有任何的竞争的对象，没有。
God is everything for us.
对我们来说，神是一切所有的。
He's not number one and then we have something number two.
他不是第一，然后我们还有第2、第3波。
He's everything.
他是一切所有，
And everything we do is within his will.
我们做的一切都在他的旨意当中。
In verse 4, he says, You shall not make for yourself an idol or any likeness of what is in heaven above or the earth beneath or the water under the earth.
好，第4节说，不可为自己雕刻偶像，也不可造什么形象，仿佛天上地下、地底下、水中的百物。
You should not make an idol of any false god.
你不能造出任何的偶像。
But let me say
假神。
something else.
让我再说一些啊，
You also shouldn't try to make an idol of God.
你也不能够造出一个神的偶像形象，不可以。
Why did he say, Don't even try to make an idol or an image of me?
为什么他说不要试图尝试做一个我的形象？不要，绝对不可以。为什么？
Any image that you could make of God
因为任何你可以造出来的神的偶像，
would be less than who he really is.
都会比神更次等、更小。
It would be a deformity of him.
这是神的一个扭曲的神像，不是神自己。
And I do not believe we're supposed to do it.
我不相信我们可以这样做，不可以。
And I don't even agree with making pictures of Jesus.
甚至画耶稣的图像，我都不赞成。
Because anything you would draw
因为不管你画什么像，
is not who he is.
都不是神真正的样子，
And it is a deformity.
这是一个扭曲的形象，
It's not true.
不是他真正的形象。
I heard a story from a missionary one time.
我有一次听到一个宣教士讲了一个故
There
事，
was a missionary in India handing out tracts.
在印度有个宣教士，他在发传单，
And this Indian girl came by.
这个印度的女孩就过
And
来
she
了，
was a brand new Christian.
她刚刚信主，是个基
And
督
she
徒。
said, Can I have a tract?
她说：“我可不可以也有一个传单呢
He said, Sure,
那
here
当然
it is.
给你一个传单。
So she took it.
所以女孩就拿了，
She walked away.
她就走了。
She came back a few minutes
几
later.
分钟之后，女孩回来了，
She was crying.
她在哭。
And the man said, What's wrong?
那个人说：“你干嘛哭啊？怎么
She
回事？”
held up the tract
他拿起那个传单，
with supposedly a picture of Jesus
这
on it.
里上面有一个好像是应该是耶稣的像啊。
And she said, Sir,
他说：“先生啊，
my heart is broken.
我心碎了。
I thought he was much more glorious than this.
我认为我的神比这个荣耀的多得多。
Do you see that?
看到没有？
Anything that you and I could conceive about the way he looks,
你跟我所想象他，不管是怎么样，
even if we're sincere,
尽管我们非常真诚，
would just be a deformity.
任何东西都是一个扭曲的形象，
It would be something less than who and what he is.
任何东西都是比那个真正的神次等、扭曲。
You can also commit an error even if you never draw anything and you never even make an image with clay.
就算你没有画任何形象或者用泥巴造任何东西，你仍然可以犯同样的错误。
You see, our minds are constantly working.
你知道我们的头脑总是不断的在运作。
At least some of our minds are constantly working.
有些人头脑在动，有些人不动了。
I'm not sure about the teenagers.
我不
I
知道
don't
这些
know if
年
their
轻人不
minds
晓
are.
得，他们脑袋不晓得在哪啊。
But our minds are constantly working.
但我们的脑袋瓜总是不停的。
Like a factory.
就像一个工厂一样。
And we constantly have presuppositions about what God is like.
我们不断地在幻想，在想象神应该是什么样，这个样那
And
样。
you hear it come out of people's mouths.
你看到人嘴巴也会说出来，对不
They
对？
say, well, I think God's like this.
我认为神是这样
Well, I think God's like that.
或者我认为神应该是那样。
But you see how dangerous that
你
is.
看这何等危
That we
险！
can form in our mind an image of God that's not true.
在我们的头脑里头，我们会想象出一个神的形象，那并不是真正的神。
How can we avoid this?
我们怎么能够避免这样错误呢？
By renewing our mind in the Word of God.
我们要借着神的话语，不断的更新我们的思想。
By disciplining our mind
我们而且要不断的操练我们的思想。
to thinking only biblical thoughts about God.
我们要照着神的话语来思想神。
Verse 5.
第5节。
You shall not worship them or serve them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the children.
不可跪拜那些像，也不可侍奉他，因为我耶和华你的神是忌邪的神，恨我的，我必追讨他们罪，自父及子，直到3、4代。
You shall not worship them or serve them.
你不可敬拜他，也不可侍奉他。
Do you realize how many people worship inanimate objects?
你知道有多少人在敬拜那个没有生气的一些像呢？
I mean, we were driving down the road tonight.
今天我们在路上开车，
And here in LA, you can tell it's very important to have a fancy car.
你知道在洛杉矶啊，有一部好车很重要，对不对？
Now, there's nothing wrong with having a new car,
有新车本身没有错，
I guess.
我想啊，没错吧？
But you can just tell some people driving down the road, it's like, look at my car.
那有些人开车，你就可以知道他们，你看我的车，你看我的车，在一边开。
You see some people park in a parking lot and they park sideways and take up 2 spaces
有些人呢、停在那停车场，他故意把它斜着放，可以占2个位置，
so that no one will hurt their car.
好叫没有人能够碰到他们的车子。
Constantly washing their car.
总是在洗车、保养车。
Now, if you said, is that your God?
你说这个车是你的上帝吗？是你的神吗？
Most of them would say no.
大多数人会说不，当然不是。
But what do they think about the most?
但是他们所想的最多的什么？
Their car.
就车。
And what do they serve the most?
他们服侍最多的什么？
Their car.
就车。
Not just because they're washing it all the time.
不仅他们成天洗车而已，
Because they went in debt $600 a month with a car payment.
因为他们每个月要付600块钱，就为了车。
And they're having to live like a slave
他们像个奴隶一样的生活，
to that car,
就为了车，
or to that house,
或者那个房，
or to a style of life.
或者一个生活方式。
Do you see that?
看到没有？
The sad thing is
很可悲的是，
that in evangelicalism in the West,
在西方的福音派圈子里，
we've figured out a way to say that's okay.
我们呢，就为他们找一个借口，找一条解脱。
And it's not.
但其实是不对的。
What is the thing that most consumes your thoughts?
你成天所思想的最多的是什么东西？
That just may be your God.
也许那个就是你的神了。
What are you laboring for all the time?
你总是不断的努力，想要竭力得到的是什么？
That may be your God
那个也许就是你的神了，
and your form of worship.
那就是你的敬拜了。
Now, men must work hard
当然，人必须要努力工作，没有错，
to eat.
要吃饭呢、
And there's nothing wrong with trying to do well in your work
你在工作上好好的尽责，没有错啊，
or even to get a better job.
甚至找一份更好的工作也没错。
But be very careful of
小
what is
心。
called the American dream.
小心哦，那个所谓的美国梦，现在是中国梦了。
Because it actually is a nightmare.
其实那是一场噩梦，
It's chasing a false God.
那是在追逐一个假神。
chasing a false god.
追逐假神梦想。
Now, also, how can you worship false gods even in the church?
好，而且你在教会里头怎么敬拜假神呢？
On Sunday morning, that happens very frequently.
往往在礼拜天早上，我们就在拜假神，
Because many people have never been instructed in the biblical doctrine of God.
因为很多人从来没有接受正确的教导，来明白圣经的神是怎么样一位神，
And so they're worshiping a God they made with their own mind.
所以他们在敬拜他们自己的思想所想象出来的一个假神。
And nowadays, in evangelical Christianity, there's so little teaching on God.
现在在福音派的圈子里头，很少人讲到神的
You
教导
could。walk into an evangelical church
你可以到一个福音派教会，
and see people praising God with all their heart,
看到这些人在全心全意的敬拜神、赞美神，
with all their voice,
在提高嗓门，在赞
with
美神，
1,000 instruments.
哇，用各种各样的乐器在敬拜他。
But when it's over,
但是，一旦敬拜完了，
why are you worshiping God?
你问他为什么要敬拜神？
Because my God heals.
因为我的神能够医治我。
That's why you're worshiping Him?
这是你敬拜他的原因吗？
Because my God blesses my life.
因为我的神祝福我的生命。
So in the end, you walk out thinking they're worshiping a vending machine.
所以最后你想，他们在敬拜一个摇钱树，一个那个饺子机，那个什么自动贩卖机。
You see, we worship Him because of who He is.
我们敬拜他，是因为他配得我们的敬拜。
He's
他是
worthy
谁？
of worship.
他配受我们的敬奉、
You
敬拜
see。that?
看到吗？
Now, I want to just touch on one point here. We'll talk about it later.
我现在还要再提到一点，我们以后还会再细讲啊
He。says, You shall not worship them or serve them, verse 5, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God.
这里说你不可侍奉他，因为我耶和华神是忌邪的神，忌
Now,
邪的。
people are always asking me, What does that mean?
往往有人问我忌邪什么意思，
Because that doesn't sound good.
因为这听起来不太好。
Well, first of all, the jealousy of God is different from the jealousy of men.
首先，神的忌邪，就神的嫉妒跟人的嫉妒不一样。
Part of the aspect of jealousy comes forth from who He is.
其中一个原因，他嫉妒，他忌邪，因为他是谁，
But it's
他的
also
本性。
but it's also linked to His love for us.
但是同时也因为他对我们的爱，所以他嫉妒、忌邪。
Today, people believe this.
今天有人相信，
If I love you,
如果我爱你，
I'm going to agree with everything you believe.
我就会接纳你所相信的一切。
And if I don't, I'm intolerant.
如果我不接纳的话，我就是一个没有容忍、没有包容的人。
All right? Let's say that you believe you're Superman.
好，譬如说，你相信你是个超人，
And you're standing out in the middle of a highway,
你在高速公路上站在当中，
and you've decided you're going to stop a semi-truck with your powers.
你决定要借着你的大能，要阻止这个大卡车运行。
And let's say you're my son,
譬如说，你是我儿子，
and I'm standing on the side of the road,
我在路旁边看着你，
and someone comes up to me.
有人跑到我旁边来，
What are you doing?
你在干啥你？
I'm watching my son.
我在看我的儿子，
I love him so much.
因为我爱我儿子，爱他不得了。
What's he doing?
他在干啥？
Well, he believes he's Superman.
他相信他是超人。
And see that big semi-truck that's coming?
你看那个大卡车正在来的那个大卡车
He's going to stop it with his powers.
我儿会借着他的大能停止那个大卡车进行。
What would that person say to me?
我这个旁边人会说什么？
They wouldn't say, "Oh, you love your son so much."
他不会说：“哎呦，你真是爱你儿哦。
They would say, "Don't you love your son? ”
他会说：“哎，你难道不爱你儿子吗？
Go stop him.
你赶快我停止他，
He's going to die."
他肯定被压死了。
Do you see that?
你看到吗？
God knows who he is.
神知道他是谁，
He's God.
他是神，
He's the only one.
他是那独一的神，
He's the source of life.
他是生命的源头。
The only way that your life can be blessed and prospered
你唯有借着他才能够，你的生命才能蒙福。
is by you recognizing who he is
你要承认他是谁，你才能蒙福。
and living according to his will.
你要按照他旨意生活，才能蒙福。
When you don't do that,
当你不照着这样去做的
you're
话，
going to die.
你就死定了。
If God jealously loves you,
如果神是忌邪的，他爱你的话，
if he cares about
如
you,
果他真正关心你的话，
he's going to want to stop you in that.
他一定会停止你的妄行。
Let me give you another illustration.
让我再给你个例子，
There is a very famous businesswoman in America
在美国有个很有名的事业家，
who a few
女人，
years
女人。
ago she announced she no longer believed in the God of the Bible.
几年前呢，这个女人说：“我不再相信圣经里的上帝了。
Now this woman has an empire. ”
这个女人有一个帝国哈，
She is extremely intelligent,
她非常的有智慧，
extremely driven,
她是非常努力，
and extremely wealthy.
而且非常的富足。
She's built an empire.
她建立了一个自我王国。
She said, I no longer believe in the God of the
她
Bible
说：“我不再相信圣经的上帝，
because I was sitting in a church one day
因为有一天我坐在教会里，
and the pastor said that he was a jealous God.
牧师说神是忌邪的，神是嫉妒的神。
I can't believe in a jealous God.
我不能相信这样一位嫉妒的上帝，
I believe in a God of love.
我相信一位蛮有爱的上帝，
He can't be a jealous God.
他不可能是一位忌邪的神。”
All right, now let's just turn this around.
好，让我们把它反过来啊。
Let's say that I go to her offices
如果我到那个女经理的办公室，
tomorrow
明天我去哪？
and I walk in
我进去，
and I take over.
我就霸占她的地位。
I say, you're going to have to get out of the
我
office.
说：“哎，你从你的位置上出来，
It's mine.
这是我的位置，
All your properties,
你一切的产业
they're mine.
都属我，
Everything you own,
你所拥有一切
it's mine.
都属我。
To do with what I want to do.
我要做什么就做什么。
What is she going to do?
他会怎么办？
She's going to call the police.
他会打电话给警察，对不对？
She's going to be angry.
他会生气，对不对？
She's going to say, how dare you?
你大胆你，
This is not yours.
这不是你的，
You didn't make it.
不是你创造这一
It
切，
doesn't belong to
这
you.
不属你。
How dare you walk in here and claim this as your own?
你怎么敢进到我的办公室说是属你的呢？
Do you see the contradiction?
你看到这个矛盾了吗？
Man walks on this planet thinking, it's mine.
人来到世上，然后说这是属我的，
My life is mine.
我的生命我是生命的主宰，
I'll do with it what I want.
我要干啥就干啥，
My possessions are mine.
我的产业属我自己，
I'll do with them what I want.
我可以为所欲为，
My time is mine.
我的时间也属我，
I'll do with it what I want.
我要怎么使用就怎么使用。
God looks at him.
神看看他，
How dare you?
你大胆你，
Who do you think you are?
你算老几啊你？
You didn't make any of this.
你并没有创造这一切，
You didn't even make you.
你甚至没有造自己。
You breathe because I give you breath.
你能够呼吸我赐给你生命气息，
And you're going to do this?
你难道要霸占我的位置？岂有
You see?
此理！看到吗？
Why is he jealous?
为什么神是嫉妒的、忌邪的呢？
It just happens to be his.
因为这一切都属他，
All of it.
一切都属他，他是主宰。
There's a funny story.
啊，有个很有趣的故事啊，
A scientist walks up to God
一个科学家来到神面前，
and he said, we don't need you anymore.
说：“上帝啊，我们不再需要你了，
We can do anything you can do.
你做的一切我们都能做。
And God says, really? ”
神说：“真的吗
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll go away？”
好，我告诉你，我暂时离开。
if you can beat me in a competition.
如果你能够打架打赢我的话，我就走。
I'm going to make life
我要创造生命，
and you make life.
你创造生命吧。
The scientist says, no problem.
科学家说没问题，
And he bends down
他就蹲下去，
and he gets some dirt
抓起一把泥巴，
to walk back to his laboratory
然后回到他的实验室，
to make life.
就要创造生命了。
And God says, no,
神说不，
you need to get your own dirt.
那个土啊，你要拿自己的土，不能用我的土，
That's mine.
这是我的土。
You see?
看到没
He
有？
owns everything.
神拥有一切所有的事物。
Now, what is the proper response? And this is where we're going to end.
好，那我们应该怎么样正确的回应呢？这里我们就要结束
What
了
is。the only proper response to this one true God?
这独一的真神，我们向他唯一正确的回应应该是什么呢？
Look at Mark 12,
看看马可福音第12章
verse 28 through 30.
28节到30节。
It says, one of the scribes came and heard them arguing, and recognizing they had answered them well, asked him, what commandment is the foremost of all? Jesus answered, the foremost is, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord, and you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind, and with all your strength.
有个文士来，听见他们辩论，晓得耶稣回答得好，很好，就问他说：“诫命中哪是第一要紧的呢？”耶稣回答说：“第一要紧就是以色列啊，你要听主我们的神是独一的主，你要尽心、尽性、尽意、尽力爱主你的神。”
Now look at verse 29.
再看29节
We've
啊，
already read this in Deuteronomy.
我们已经在申命记读了这一段，对不对？
Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord.
你要听以色列啊，主我们的神是独一的主。
So we have one God,
所以我们有一位神，
one true God,
一位真神，
creator of the heavens and the earth,
他是创造天地的主宰，
that sustains your every breath,
他也托住你每一个气息，
that has demonstrated his grace to all men.
他已经向所有的人类彰显他的恩典。
What should be our response?
那么我们的回应应该怎么样呢？
You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart,
你要尽心的爱他，
with all your soul,
尽性的爱他，
with all your mind,
尽意的爱他，
with all your strength.
尽力的爱他。
Now, many people think that from this passage we can kind of divide man up into different categories.
很多人认为根据这段经文，你就可以把人分成好多个部分。
That he has a heart,
他有个心啊，
a soul,
有个灵魂
a
啊，
mind,
有个思想啊，
physical body.
还有个身体啊。
That's not what this is teaching.
但这不是这段经文的
It's
教
not the
导，
purpose of it.
也不是他的目的。
There's something that is very common in Hebrew literature.
在希伯来的文学里头，有个很普遍的一个方法，
It's piling one term upon the other
就是用很多的词堆积起来，
to give emphasis to a truth.
为要强调一个真理。
And what he's saying here
这里他所说的是，
is that you should love God
你应该爱神，
with all that you are,
把你一切所有的，
with everything you are.
你一切的精力都爱他。
What is the heart?
好，这个心是什么？尽心。心
There are many different terms used as synonyms,
很多词都是同义词啊。
but basically it's talking about the innermost being.
基本上讲的是人的最深处的里面，
It's talking about the control center of your life,
讲到控制人的这个中心里面的
the
核心，
real you,
你真正的你的心，
the thing that controls your intellect,
那控制你的思想的，
your emotions,
控制你的情感的，
your will.
控制你的意志的，
With this control center,
这个控制中心啊，
you should love God.
你要爱神。
If you love God with all your heart,
如果你尽心的爱他
you，will love Him with everything else.
那么你会一切所有的力量都会爱
With,
他了。
with your eyes.
你的眼睛会爱他。
You say, how can I love God with my eyes?
我眼睛怎么爱神？你说？
By looking at only what He commands us to look at
因为你就会看那些他吩咐你看的，
and not looking at what He prohibits.
而不看那些他所禁止的东西。
Loving God with all our ears,
全用我们的耳朵爱他，
listening to only His truth.
只听他的真理，
Loving God with our mouth,
也用我们的口爱他，
speaking only true words about God
只说关乎他的真理，
and only words that lead to edification.
只有那些造就人的好话爱他，
With our hands,
用我们的手爱他，
serving God.
服侍他。
With our feet, walking in His direction.
我们的腿、脚步也行在他的方向中、旨意中。
With our
我
bodies,
们的全身都爱他，
presenting them in a way that honors God,
把我们的身体献给神，好尊荣他。
so that people aren't looking at us,
所以人家不是看我们，
they're looking at Him.
乃是看他，
They're looking at Him.
看他。
You know, Sometimes I've been asked to teach music directors.
有时候有人叫我教导那些指挥的音乐指挥，
I don't play any instruments and I can't sing.
我也不会玩乐器，我也不会唱歌啊。
So what do I teach them?
那我教什么呢？
What the Bible says about worship.
就是圣经有关敬拜的道理。
Do you want to hear my definition or illustration of how you are to lead worship?
你要听听我的意见或是我的定义，怎么样子去带领教会敬拜吗？
Keeping in mind that there's only one true God.
你要记得啊，只有一位真神。首先想到这一
Everyone
点，
should look to Him.
所有的人都应该仰望他。
Let's say that we're walking down the streets of New York or Beijing, somewhere like that.
譬如我们在北京的大街或者纽约大街上行走，
And there's all kinds of people on the sidewalk.
在这个人行道上很多人呐、
Thousands of people.
成千的人，哇
And！you're walking
你也在其中，
with everybody else.
跟他们一块儿走路。
And all of a sudden you stop
突然之间你停下来，
and you do this.
你坐，你就停下来
You
看天，
just look up
你就看天看天，
and you keep looking up.
你继续的看。
What's going to happen?
你知道会有什么结果吗？
Pretty soon people are going to look
很
at
快
you
人人都会看看你，
and they're going to go,
他们也会跟着你一块儿看天。
and then pretty soon everybody in Beijing is
很快
going.
整个北京市的人都会跟着你一块儿。哎呀，
That's how you lead worship.
这是如何敬拜？
The music director is looking at God.
音乐指挥在仰望神，
He just wants God.
他只要神。
And the moment you see his face,
你看到他的脸的时候，
you stop looking at him
你就不看他了，
and you start looking at where he's looking.
你开始要看他所看的方向
But。that's the way our entire life should be.
我们一辈子都应当如此啊！
Even when we do good works,
尽管当我们做好事的时候也是，
it's that they might glorify your Father who is in
我
heaven.
们行善为要叫我们的父，天上的父得着荣耀，
Everything is for him.
一切都为了他。
Then also he's got here, with all your mind,
而且这讲到全心、尽心、尽性，
you know, your thoughts.
你的思想、
Every one of your thoughts.
你的理性。
When Paul is writing to the church in Thessalonica,
当保罗写信给帖撒罗尼迦教会
he
的时候
says，something very important,
他说了一些很重要的话。
that he had been tested.
他说：“我受到试验，试炼。
The word is dokimaso.
那个原文是这个字啊，试炼。
It means like you're testing metals.
这个试炼就像你在试炼金属一样。
He's saying that God tested him
他说神
and then put him in the ministry
神试炼了他，然后把他放在服事当中，
in past tense.
这是过去时啊。
But then he turns right around and says something else.
然后他转过来又说，
He says that God keeps testing him.
神继续在试炼我，
And it means test his heart.
意思在试炼他的心。
When you're laying there in bed at night
当你晚上在床上躺卧的时候，
and you're thinking,
你在思想，
God's testing your heart
哎，神在试炼我的心啊，
constantly.
不断的试炼，
Testing
试
your
炼
heart.
我的
Now,
心，
what's wonderful about this
这很美好的啊，
is God's love.
就是神的爱。
Satan's always looking to tempt us in order to destroy us.
撒旦魔鬼总是要试探我们，好叫我们把我们毁掉。
But God tests us with a desire to approve us.
但神试炼我们的目的是要我们证明我们是好的。
Are you loving God with your mind?
你是否尽性的在爱神呢？
Are
用你
you
的思想
thinking
理性，
biblical thoughts?
你是否按照圣经在思考神的事呢？
And then finally, with all your strength.
好，最后呢，你要尽力的爱神。
You know, I say this a lot.
我常常那么说，
I don't regret anything I ever did in Christ's name.
我奉主名的做的一切事情，我都不会后悔。
Or better said, anything that I ever gave up for him.
或者这么说，我所为他放弃的任何事情，我都不后悔。
But I do regret what I have kept.
但是我因着我所保留的，我很后悔。
I'm glad that when I was young, I poured out my strength.
我很高兴，当我年轻的时候，我就把我的生命倾倒给他。
I just wish I'd poured out more.
我盼望我能够给他更多。
And you know, young people, I want you to hear this.
这年轻人，我盼望你听到这一点。
If you don't believe me, you can ask Brother Larry.
如果你不信他，可以问我。
There comes a time when you start losing your strength and your energy.
到了一个一定的时候，你会慢慢失去你的力量，生命开始衰竭衰老。
So while you're young and strong,
趁着你年轻，趁着你强壮，
shouldn't you love God with all your strength,
你岂不应当尽心尽力的爱神吗？
with everything you have?
你所拥有的一切都给他吗？
You know, I have never known any Christian.
我
I've never known any Christian who died and was sad because they gave too much to Jesus.
我从来不知道任何基督徒因为给神给太多、奉献太多了而忧愁而后悔的，没有，不认识。
But I know that most believers died wishing they had given more.
但我知道大多数的信徒死的时候都盼望，哎呀，我活着的时候给他更多，多好啊！
Now, lastly,
最后
we're to love Him.
我们要爱他，
But how can we know how to love Him?
但我们怎么知道如何爱他呢？
You know, you can love wrong.
你知道，你可以用错误的方法爱，
For example,
譬如
let's say that you're a young lady looking for a husband,
譬如说你是个年轻女孩，你在找一个丈夫，
and you see a guy that you think, man, that would be a good husband.
你看到一个男孩，哇，他做我老公多好啊！
And so you get a great big board,
你就拿一个很大的一块板
or
子
a，baseball bat,
或者拿一个棒球棒，
and you wait until he comes around the
你
corner.
等他从那个角落经过，
You hit him right in the head.
你就给他当头一棒。
He says, what are you
我说
doing?
你干啥你？
Are you crazy?
你疯了吗你？
And you say, well, I'm just trying to demonstrate that I love you.
我要表现我是何等爱你，你说？
He said, I never asked you to do that.
我从来没叫你打我一顿，
That's not my idea of
这
love.
不是我对爱的概念，
It's not what I
这
want.
不是我所要的。他
And
说
you hit him again.
你又打他一棒，
And pretty soon he starts running down the sidewalk.
他就开始从跑掉
And
了，
you're chasing
你就
him,
追赶他，
hitting him with a baseball bat.
拿一个棒球棒继续打
He
他
says,。crazy lady, get away from
哎，你
me.
疯女人，你得离开我远点。
And he calls the police.
他就叫警察
And
来
they，take you away.
他们就把你给抓去了。
Now, you may have sincerely loved him,
你可能很真诚的爱他，
but you are not demonstrating your love in a way that he desired.
但是你所表现的爱不是他想要有的爱。
You know, that's a funny illustration,
当然，
isn't
这
it?
是一个很有趣的一个例子而已啊。
But I've seen this happen many times with even sincere Christians.
但是往往我在真诚的基督徒身上却看到这样的现象：
In their desire to love God,
当他们想要爱神的时候，
they were doing things God never commanded.
他们所做的事情是神没有吩咐的。
Let me give you an
让我
example.
给你个例子啊，
I know of many men
我知道很多男人
who neglected their wives and children
忽略他们的妻子，忽略他们的儿女，
and destroyed their families
毁掉他们的家庭。
in the name of love for God.
他们说是因为要爱神，所以就不管家庭了。
They neglected what God said to do.
他们忽略了神要他们所做的事，
They thought they were loving
他
God,
们以为他们在爱神，
but they were doing it in their own way.
但是他们是照着自己的方法在爱神。
Do you see that?
看到没有？
There have been horrible things happen throughout history.
你知道，在历史上很多这样可怕的事情都发生了。
People thought they were loving God,
这些人以为他们很爱神，
but they were disobeying Him.
但其实他们在反叛神。
When the religious leaders killed Jesus,
当这些宗教领袖谋杀耶稣的时候，
at least some of them thought they were obeying God.
至少他们有些人认为他们在顺服神，所以才杀耶稣的。
When Paul was chasing down Christians and imprisoning them,
当保罗在逼迫基督徒，把基督徒下在监狱里的时
he
候，
thought he was loving
他
God,
以为他正在爱神呢，
but he was wrong.
那其实他错了，大错特错。
Sometimes men think that they're loving their wives,
有时候男人以为他在爱妻子，
but the wife is sitting there going, I never wanted this.
但是那个妻子在旁边，我从来没有叫你这样爱我，
I don't even like
我
this.
不喜欢这样肉麻。
You see, they're doing it because of ignorance.
他们这样做，因为他们无知。
We don't need to be that way in Christianity.
在基督教里头，我们不应该这样，
We need to love God as He tells us how to love Him.
我们应该按照神告诉我们的方法来爱
And where
他。
are we going to learn that?
我们从哪里学到呢？
Through dreams?
借着你的异梦、
Visions?
异象吗？异梦吗？
some charismatic pastor?
或者一个灵恩派的牧师告诉你，
No.
不，
Through the Word of God.
你要借着神的话，
Through the Word of God.
借着圣经。
Well, God is one.
神是独一的。
And tomorrow we're going to begin studying the Trinity.
明天我们要开始学习三位一体的神。
That this God exists
这位神的存在
in perfect oneness
是完全合一的，
as three persons,
是三位一体的三一神。
distinct and truly persons.
虽然是分别的，但是却真正的位格。
The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
圣父、圣子、圣灵三位一体。
Let's pray.
我们祷告。
Please visit our website at heartcrymissionary.com. There you will find information about the ministry, our purpose, beliefs and methodologies, and extensive information about the missionaries we are privileged to serve.